Hello, everybody. I'm BJ Cunningham of the Action Network, and this is Road to the Final Score presented by Bet365. I'm here to give you some of my favorite tips for betting on futures for the NCAA tournament this March Madness season. First up, my biggest and most helpful tip to everybody out there is use analytics sites to your advantage. Sites like KenPom, Shot Quality, Haslametrics, Bartorvik. All of these can be a huge benefit to you, and really what they provide is they give you a good familiarity with the teams that you're going to be betting futures on. You need to identify the best possible path for some of these underseeded teams outside of 20-1 that might provide some value, teams who are going to be a 4 or a 5 seed. Does their path open up well? Are they going to be going up against a very fraudulent 1 or 2 seed potentially in the tournament? These are questions you have to ask yourself and really dive in and research some of these teams once the bracket comes out. One of the biggest indicators, though, of a team winning the national title is their adjusted efficiency differential being one of the best in the country. Since KenPom originated in 2002, no team, if you take their adjusted offensive efficiency and their adjusted defensive efficiency ranks, if you add them together, if that number is above 50, no team outside of 50 has won the national title since it was originated in 2002. So any of those teams below 50 are generally teams that you're going to want to bet on come March Madness. So you can potentially identify some teams with some longer odds that have some value that might have just gone through a little bit of a rough stretch during the season. The second thing I would tell you is generally avoid the betting favorite when it comes to betting on tournament futures. The last betting favorite to cut down the nets in March Madness, it was Villanova in 2018. So it's been about 4 years since that happened. You also have to be very, very aware of injuries with some of these key teams. For example, a team like UCLA, who just lost one of their best players going into the tournament, that generally doesn't fare for teams who are going to be on the 1 or the 2 line come this March Madness. And finally, my biggest tip to you is potentially look at maybe rolling over some teams. A lot of times, some teams don't hold a lot of value in terms of the futures market. So instead, what's actually better to do is just to take that team on the money line. If you win that bet, just continue to roll over the money line all the way until the title of a team that's going to be an underdog in most of their matchups. So those are some of my favorite tips for betting on March Madness futures. Make sure to check out all the content on theactionnetwork.com. Make sure to follow on the Action Network app to see any futures or bets I place throughout March Madness. And be sure to check out Bet365 for all the latest odds and offers. And good luck with all of your wagers this March Madness season.